What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Friday. It is September 6th edition. We are back with a brand new video. If you've never been here before, you're in for a treat. We're going to cover the games. We're not only going to cover the games. We are going to cover the games. We're going to break down the pitching. We're going to break down the bats. We have giveaways every single video. First way to win. Super easy, super simple. Like the video, be a YouTube subscriber, leave a comment. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you have a chance at a free week of FTA+. On top of that, the video gets 100 likes, you have a chance at a free month of FTA+. 150 likes, a chance at a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. Now, I think today is the day we get to 200. I want to give away a lifetime pass. Once we hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers, so as of the making of this video, I believe we need 90 more. Once we do that, one lucky subscriber is going to win a lifetime pass as well. Another way to win, somewhere in this video there will be a keyword. Listen for that keyword, but here's the catch. We had, in our last video, we had someone win the Outlier.bet, which is our sponsor. They won the second time, but he's been gracious enough to give it back. So what we're going to do is listen for a keyword that has something to do with Outlier.bet, which is our sponsor. Type that in. In tomorrow's video, you will have a chance to win a free month of premium content, premium package of Outlier.bet. So make sure you stick around and listen for it. Thank you so much, NY Stiegel, for giving back to everyone, which is awesome. He's already been graced with a month that he won a couple of days ago. He wanted to give back to you guys. So let's give a round of applause, a cheer, a thumbs up, something in the comments down below. So, as you can see on the screen, we already have our NFL content out there. So we've got our rankings out there, which I'm going to do a video on probably later on today, and that'll go live as well. We did the Thursday Night Football breakdown, and that was a hit. We look out today early, or it might already be out depending on when you watch this. We're going to do a Thursday or a Friday Night Football breakdown for the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. And then we'll have a Sunday Night Football and a Monday. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our two giveaways. So we had 71 likes on the video 2 days ago, and we are going to give that, someone will win a free week of FTA+. Now, all you got to do is come back and comment, because this can happen. You can win every single day. Now, Alabama Jones, congratulations, you won a free week. So the key word in that video was coffee. So you did have that, but we're going to re-roll it. If that comes up again, the person that has the keyword for coffee is going to win a free week of FTA+, because we were giving that away in the previous video as well. LG, congratulations. LG continues to win, and that's because he comes back, he watches these videos, he listens for the keyword. So congratulations to both of you. If you don't know what we do here, we use Outlier.bet, which is our sponsor. We go through, we look game by game. Now, there's a Yankees at Cubs game at like 2 in the afternoon. We're not going to cover that. That's a showdown a game, which you don't really, that's on its own. Then the early slate is this right here, a 2-game slate. We're not going to cover the 2-game slate. It's really anything goes with 2 games. So we're going to cover the 12-game main slate for you. So let's dig in. We've got some great matchups here. We're going to look at everything. And if you don't know what Outlier is, the link to sign up is down below. If you guys sign up using our link, go through a 7-day free trial, pay the $20 a month, we're going to give you a free month on top of it. That's a $30 value right there. If you guys go with the Pro package, it's $130 a month. Sign up, 7-day free trial, and then pay. We're going to give you 3 months free, which is a $90 value. So, kicking off right here, Tampa Bay at Baltimore. We've got Shane Baz versus Dean Kramer. So Baz comes in with a 3.49 ERA. Pitching on the road has a better ERA, 3.04. Has not faced Baltimore this year. So that's good. They haven't seen him, so maybe he's, something. 7,500 is kind of a little bit lower price. That I don't mind him at all there. But again, this lineup here for Baltimore, they obviously are really good. They're really good. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. So we look at this, and we can break it down right here. So looking into the game, what I love about Outlier, if you've never seen it before, It's got starting pitching. It's got insights. It's got the injuries for this game. It even goes into player props, team props, and game props. But most certainly right here, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, depending on who they're looking at. So Baltimore against Boz, have not really seen him much. Then you dig in. We look at right-handed pitching. And let's see. Can you see it, or do I need to make it a little bit bigger? Let's go up to 150. Does that make it easier for you guys to see? So if we look at this for easier for guys, yeah, okay. So you can kind of see that it's a mixed bag of results here, but Baltimore hits righties pretty well. Batters that we could, obviously Gunnar Henderson, 292 batting average, 27 home runs. You've got Jackson Holliday batting 200 with 4 home runs. Ryan O'Hearn, 273 batting average with 13 bombs. And then go down the list, Santander. Obviously, we love to take Santander. We've used him a ton this year. 28 bombs, batting 247, which is over league average. I think league average went down to like 241 this year. Cedric Mullins, 242 batting average, 13 home runs. You've got Colton Cowser, 248 batting average, 16 home runs. My thing is, we've been trying to use like Cowser and O'Hearn a couple of times this week, and they've been sitting for whatever reason. So make sure these guys are in your lineup because they're in a great spot and they hit righties very well when they're on. Flip side of that, you got Dean Kramer coming in. Tampa Bay's offense is just atrocious this year. He still comes up with a 4.51 ERA. He has not faced Tampa Bay this year, and he's pitching at home, which he has a 4.81 ERA at home. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to be using Tampa Bay bats much at all. Again, it's September call-ups. The team is very bad. You're going to see a lot of these very cheap options in here, but Junior Caminero you could look at. Yandy Diaz you could look at. I mean, Chris Morel, 21 home runs, but batting 197. Like, I honestly, there's not a ton. Ben Rortvedt, if he's in there. Found out one of my good friends is his distant cousin, which is wild. Whatever. But overall, their offense, like, look at this. They're batting so bad. I don't feel like Tampa Bay's a stack I'm going to go with. If you do have one-offs, we'll see. I did forget to mention, at the end of this video, we're going to give you the Pitches Be Crazy segment, which that consists of the top 5 pitchers on today's slate that have the best matchups against teams that strike out the most. So we call that Pitches Be Crazy, and we'll go through that towards the end. And then at the very end, we're going to give you every batter through the early simulations that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating for today. Now, these can change and will change throughout the day. Weather comes through, lineups are finalized. We'll update that as well. So definitely stick around towards the end of the video to hear all of that, and for the keyword to try and win a free month of Outlier.bet. So just looking at this game, I don't love Dean Kramer. If I were to use a pitcher in this one, it would be him. I'd rather just go with Baltimore bats. There's just so many other different pitchers that we can use today that do not feel like you need to use Dean Kramer at all. So we move to the second game, White Sox at the Red Sox. We've got Nick Pivetta versus Davis Martin. Davis Martin on the road, splits-wise, on the road, 3.86 ERA, so a little bit worse. Again, that's only 3 starts. It's not a ton to go over. Boston actually strikes out one of the top 5 teams overall. He's been about 4 to 5 strikeouts a game, which is great. His price is $6,300. It's cheap, but it is Boston, and they can hit, especially at home. And then Nick Pivetta has a great matchup here against the White Sox, 4.53 ERA. Has not faced the White Sox this year. Looking at him on the road or at home, 4.99. So it's a little bit up there. But again, I do not trust the White Sox whatsoever. I would definitely look at the Red Sox bats. Just depending. I know that Devers is kind of in a little mini slump, it would seem. But no one obviously faced him. But against right-handed pitching this year, Tristan Casas with 6 bombs, batting 255. You do have Devers still batting 304 with 24 bombs. Rafaela, 260 batting average, 11 home runs. Valdez, 250 batting average, 6 home runs. I don't know if I'd use him, but you got Wilyer Brady with 13 bombs, batting over 280. You got Jaron Duran batting 309 with 17 home runs himself. You also have Tyler O'Neill with 14 bombs. Like there's a great Yoshida batting 315. There's a great case to take Boston bats against Davis here. And I don't mind him at all. I would look at Nick Pivetta. I am not looking at the White Sox whatsoever. I'm looking at Boston bats. Philly at Miami is next. You've got Zach Wheeler versus Edward Cabrera. Wheeler on the road. We see his splits. He's already faced Miami twice this year. We look at that. 10.2 innings, 8 earned runs, 5 walks, 7 Ks. For whatever reason, he has not had success against them. On the road, he's got a 3.11 ERA, so he is worse on the road, and he has not had success against them. And I don't know why. And he's 10,000. Now, he is capable of having a fantastic game. That's great. But we have been screwed way more than we haven't been when we've taken a batter or a pitcher that's over 10,000. So in that sense, I'm probably off of him just because of his price, and he has not had success. And I think a lot of people are going to be on him. A lot of casual players are going to be on him. There might be a lot of new casual players playing DFS for baseball because they came in for NFL, the start of NFL, which is always great. It's always great to see the start of a new season. And this was true 10 years ago when we started this website. You always love to take NFL players. Like, you always love to play NFL the first week and make all of your money for the year because all of the new players that came in. Now, obviously, DraftKings has been around and you've seen a ton of things. So it's not the case that much. But yeah, 10 years we've been around. It's been awesome. I forgot to mention FTA Plus. If you guys are interested in FTA Plus, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, FTA Plus, go here. A yearly pass is normally $199. That gives you every sport that we offer, which you can see right now. MLB, NASCAR, NBA, NFL, PGA, MMA. Every sport we offer, usually $199. Limited quantity of the coupon, but if you use the discount code VIP Customer, all one word, all capital letters, VIP Customer, you are going to get $100 off. You are going to get it for $99 for the entire year. So if you're interested, go check it out. Now we look at Edward Cabrera. 6,500, considerably cheaper than what Zach Wheeler is. Still comes in with a 5.33 ERA. Coming off a decent game against San Francisco. Only gave up 2 earned runs, but only had 3 Ks. He has faced Philly once this year. 4 innings, 6 earned runs. He has not done anything there. 2 Ks, 4 walks. I think this game, pitching-wise, is a wash. I think you want to look at the offenses, and the surprising one might be Miami because Miami's not that good, but we can look at the batters that we look at. So, Philly bats against Cabrera this year, or in their career. Real Muto has a home run. Schwarber has a home run. Harper is batting .429 with a home run. Like, those are obviously the big bats. Right-handed pitching. Against right-handed pitching this year, we have looked at this. Real Muto, 9 hits, 9 home runs, 263 batting average. Clemens could be a cheap option with 4 bombs. And then Harper's got 18 home runs. Schwarber's got, 22, but batting .208. Brandon Marsh could be a sneaky option, 265 batting average, 14 bombs. Rojas, 252 batting average, 3 home runs there. Then you got Trey Turner. If he gets on, he's always a threat to steal. Then Miami bats against Wheeler. No home runs. Not a ton of success, but Sanchez has seen him 15 times, 400 batting average. Then you dig in. They hit righties better. Love me. If you are taking any Miami bats, it starts with Mr. Berger. Starts with the Smash Burger. It starts with Jake Berger. 16 bombs, batting .260. You got Xavier Edwards batting .357 and 126 at bats. So sample size is growing, and the average is growing with it. So I love that. He's a cheap option. Griffin Conine could be a cheap option. Jesus Sanchez, 15 bombs, batting .270. Kyle Stowers with 3 bombs you could look at. Connor Norby's a new one in there. Nick Fortes. Nick Fortes is a sneaky option. We used him 2 days ago and cashed. Look in that direction. I think Miami could be a sneaky stack, and there are so many value plays in this Miami lineup. You could stack other places too. So that's definitely a stack I'm looking at. Philly bats are going to cost you way more than in a Miami stack here. Next game, Cincinnati at the Mets. You've got Quintana versus Brandon Williamson. So Williamson on the road, 5.40 ERA. He's only pitched once, got the call up September 1st, did not factor in the decision, only lasted 3.1 innings. I don't know if he's going to go any further. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, don't know how long he's going to go into the game, so that does scare me a little bit. Quintana, on the other hand, against Cincy, splits-wise, he's already faced him once this year, had success, 5.2 innings, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, did have 4 walks, so that's the problem. 159 ERA, but only averaged 13.4 fantasy points. Again, to take down a GPP on DraftKings, you need 25 plus, probably more 30 plus out of both of your pitchers. Fanduel, you need 40, 45 plus out of them. I don't know if Quintana gets that in this one. I'm probably looking at just the bats over the pitching in this one. Both sides. I'm probably fading the pitching, but if you just look at the Mets bats, obviously JD Martinez, I would look at. Is Brandon Williamson a righty or lefty? I think he's a righty, right? No, he's a lefty. Yeah, I would look at Francisco Lindor, who's trying to become the MVP. Pete Alonso with 31 bombs. JD Martinez, I would look at. You could look at, depending, Mark Vientos with 22 bombs. Brandon Nimmo, I would look at a little bit. Jesse Winker, I'm there. A cheap option, Francisco Alvarez or Tyrone Taylor. Now, since he bats against Minaya, no one's had a home run, but they've seen him. But against left-handed pitching, Espinal will be a cheap option. Ty France, love Ty France against a lefty here. Jonathan India against a lefty for sure. Ahmed Rosario. I don't know if Rosario is going to be in there, but he's also an option that we definitely could take a little gander at. That might be it. I mean, Spencer Steer and then Ellie De La Cruz being a switch hitter. I don't mind Ellie, especially if he gets on base. He gets some stolen bases. So I'm fading the pitching in that one. I'm going with the bats. Then, as of now, we've got some weather concern in Atlanta, but we've got Toronto at Atlanta, Max Fried versus Kevin Gausman. So Gausman on the road coming into this town. Now, Atlanta, they strike out. Let's see. Atlanta strikes out the 6th most out of any team. And looking at that, Kevin Gausman could be in store for a good game. He's not faced them this year. When he's pitching on the road, 2.52 ERA. So for whatever reason, he's really good on the road. Couple that with Atlanta hitting lefties a little bit better. I don't mind Kevin Gausman at 8,000. Then we got Max Fried. Max Fried against Toronto. He has not faced them this year, pitching at home, 4.05 ERA. So for whatever reason, he has been worse at home than on the road. They can hit lefties here too. So his overall ERA is 3.52, so it's a little up there. He's had some bad games. Toronto bats against Fried in their career. I haven't faced him, but against left-handed pitching, Guerrero batting 337. You got Leo Jimenez, batting 286 with a home run. George Springer, only batting 183, but if he's leading off, he could be a sneaky option for a home run. Dalton Varsho, if he's in there, batting 295 with 5 bombs. Those would be the ones I'd probably look at. Atlanta bats against Gausman, so they've had some success. Duvall has a home run. Matt Olson has a home run, batting 300. Against right-handed pitching, Orlando Arcia has 14 bombs, batting 229. Olson batting 221 with 16. Kelenic would be an option, a cheaper option. 236 batting average, 13 home runs. Maybe Soler with 12 bombs, but I kind of like Kevin Gausman. Let's kind of wait to see what his player props are for like strikeouts today. I don't mind him for like over 5.5, over 6.5. As long as he doesn't get hit early, he could go deep into this game and get some strikeouts there. So if I were to take Fried or Gausman, I don't mind Gausman a little bit more just because Atlanta does strike out just a little bit more. But again, pay attention to the weather. That could definitely play a factor. If you want to see the ballpark factors, projected home runs, core plays, those are in the description below. Those will be in the Discord. Also, if you see that we don't have a video out at a certain, let's say by noon at any day, go check the Discord because I wasn't able to get a video out on Thursday just because we focus mainly on NFL and my toddler or my newborn wouldn't stop crying. So I will let you guys know if there's not a video or anything like that in the Discord. So it's a free Discord. So get in there, help each other out. Let's help each other out. Okay, next game, we've got the Angels at the Rangers. We've got Sam Aldeguerri. Is that true? Game logs. He pitched 8:30, went 5 innings, got the loss against Seattle. 3 strikeouts in that game. Now he goes up against Texas. So Texas just lost Corey Seager to the IL. Texas being a chance to go winning the World Series last year and then having a chance to go under 500 is wild. just a terrible turn of events there, but that just shows you they didn't re-sign people. They didn't try to do anything. They got what they wanted, and that was it. Aldegiri, I think that's how you say his name, for 5,300. Maybe I throw him in there. Maybe. Tournament, 5,300, okay. Because he did go over, he went 5 innings last time. But Texas, they should be hitting a little bit better than they are. Then you got Jose Urania. Splits-wise, he's faced LA twice this year. 1 start, 7 hits allowed, only 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. His last one, 8 hits, 4.2 innings against Oakland, 1 earned run, only 2 strikeouts. The problem is Urania is not striking out very many people. 2 and 3 a game lately. 4 is his highest. No, 6 is his highest, and it's been a while. Probably not using the pitching in that one. So we can look at the bats just in case we don't trust either of these pitchers. We definitely could take a look at these bats to see if any of these make sense to you. So LA bats, I mean, Logan O'Hoppe is one that I would look at with 18 bombs. Zach Neto has 20 home runs. You got Joe Adell with 20 bombs, batting 209. Nolan Shanuel with 12 bombs. I don't mind them. Taylor Ward with 21 home runs. Even Mickey Moniak would be a cheap option today. 13 bombs, batting 231, 47 RBIs. Then Texas bats against Aldegiri. Obviously never faced them before. The ones we would look at, Josh Young, I would look at. Nate Lowe, I would look at. Josh Smith. Adolis Garcia had a home run yesterday. I would look at him again. Catching option, either Jonah Heim or Carson Kelly, depending on who's in there. I do not mind those guys either. So they just put up a ton of runs against the Yankees. Played on Thursday night. Let's keep it rolling. Wyatt Langford, I forgot about Wyatt Langford, doing it with the glove and the bat. So I would look at both of them, probably fading the pitching overall. Maybe we look at Aldegiri for tournaments, but probably not. But he is so cheap that he does allow you to go other places. Arizona at Houston is the next game. We've got Framber Valdez versus Brandon Pfaadt. So we've got Pfaadt on the road. 4.32 ERA, has not faced Houston this year. We look at him on the road, a 4.41 ERA. So he's been a little bit worse, and he's got to go up against Houston. Coming off a great game against the Dodgers, though. Do not take that away from him. 5.2 innings. The Dodgers kind of struggled. They're not, they're obviously really good. They're not hitting the teams hard like they should. But 10 Ks against the Dodgers. He had 11 Ks against Colorado. He's had double-digit strikeout games. Problem is, Houston strikes out, I want to say the 3rd least out of any team. 4th least now. 4th least out of any team. They average 7.37 strikeouts a game. That's a problem. Then Framber Valdez, 3.29 ERA. When he's pitching at home, he's got a 2.69. Has not faced Arizona this year. Overall, though, we'll look at Arizona splits against lefties, but he's coming off a great game against Kansas City, 7 innings, 7 Ks. He's gotten a minimum of 7 Ks in his last 4 games. Probably could continue here against Arizona. We take a look at this game here, and we can see the Arizona bats that have success against left-handed pitching. Against Framber, Josh Bell is a home run, and that's it. But against left-handed pitching this year, Del Castillo, batting 429, but only 14 at-bats. You've got Kevin Newman with 1 home run. You've got Perdomo, batting 314. Christian Walker is back off the IL with 4 bombs. Corbin Carroll has 6, but only batting 217. Grichuk is, Grichuk is one of my favorite value bats when it comes to a left-handed pitcher. Batting 303 with 4 bombs. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. was the number 1 that I love to use, but he is on the IL. So I do not mind them as a sneaky stack there, but if I'm stacking anyone, it's Houston bats. Bregman, Altuve, Yordan, obviously at the top. You got Mauricio Dubon you could look at. Cheap option either between Singleton or Shea Whitcomb. You could look at that. Or Yonder Diaz. So just kind of look at the lineup that comes out for Houston. You can find some value in that. But again, I think you got to get Yordan in there to start it if you are stacking Houston there. Next game, Minnesota at Kansas City. We've got Cole Reagans versus Zebby Matthews. Zebby Matthews got absolutely boat raced his last game. 2 innings, 9 earned runs, 5 Ks against Toronto, minus 10.1. what did he give up in the first inning? 7 runs in the first inning. Yes, 7 runs in the first inning is what he gave up. 741. He's going up against Kansas City now. I'm stacking Kansas City. Perez, Furman, Melendez. Obviously Bobby Witt, but he's very expensive. You could look at Kyle Isbell. You could look at a couple others, but I do not want Zebby Matthews. And then Cole Reagan's coming in. Splits-wise, we look at this. He's already faced Minnesota 3 times this year. 18 innings. He's got 1-2 records somehow. 6 runs, only 5 of them earned, but 24 strikeouts in 3 starts. That's averaging 8 strikeouts a game. Still averaging over 23.1 fantasy points against this team. Give me Cole Reagans. Give me the Kansas City Royals as a stack, and that's that. I do not want Zebby Matthews whatsoever. Seattle at St. Louis, this next game. You've got Bryce Miller versus Eric Fetty-Wap. You've got Miller on the road, or Morgan Wallen, I should say. Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. Has not faced St. Louis this year. Pitching on the road, he is worse on the road with a 4.82 ERA and 13 starts. 9,200 is expensive against St. Louis, and he's on the road. That scares me a little bit. Then you got Fetty. Eric Fetty here. We've got this coming in. We've got splits-wise. He's already faced Seattle twice this year. Now, Seattle strikes out the most out of any team in the major by a couple. We look at that. 8 strikeouts and 2 starts. So kind of lower. You would love to see like 10, 15 strikeouts there. I don't think I would use Fetty in DFS. I might look at his player props and see if he's got like an over-under of 5.5 strikeouts. Something I would use. And if you want to check it out, all you got to do is go to outlier.bet. Okay? Go to props. Go to MLB. Type in his name, put in strikeouts, and type in his name in the filter and find it if you can. So I'm probably not using the pitching in this one. Let's take a look at the bats against both of these pitchers. So St. Louis bats against Miller. They haven't faced him. But against right-handed pitching, Arenado with 11 bombs. Goldie has 17 home runs. Burleson batting 300 with 18 bombs. You got Donovan with 11 bombs. They hit well. Like Mason Wynn batting 290 with 3 home runs. Ivan Herrera, 298 batting average, 2 home runs. So they have success. Depending on the lineup that comes out, you could find some value here. And we could have a sneaky-ish St. Louis stack there. Seattle bats against Fetty in their career. Polanco has a home run. Mitch Haniger has a home run. That's it. Against right-handed pitching this year, not a ton of success, but Cal Raleigh, big dumpers, got 18 bombs. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes yard. Rojas has 7 bombs. Turner has 6. Arozarena only batting 213, but does have double-digit home runs. Luke Raley has double-digit home runs. And then Victor Robles, 306 batting average. Maybe only 3 home runs, but he could get you extra base hits there. He could get you those fantasy points. So I don't mind Seattle as a stack here. But again, you got to get a little creative with this stack if you are going in that direction. Detroit at Oakland. We've got time for the outlier keyword. The key phrase you're going to type in, outlier.bet is life. Put outlier.bet is life. If you are one of the lucky chosen one, you will win a free month of their $130 pro package. So we're very excited for it. Put that key phrase in there, outlier.bet is life. And good luck to everybody. So, Detroit at Oakland, Tariq Skubal versus Mitch Spence. Skubal, obviously a stud. In this ballpark is a pitcher's ballpark, is a massive ballpark. He has already faced him once this year. Did give up 4 earned runs, but had 9 strikeouts in that game, averaged over 20. That game was in, I'm assuming, Detroit. It's the second start of the season. Still went 6 innings. He's obviously gotten better, coming off a huge game against Boston. They strike out a ton. Oakland is here. I love Tariq Skubal. I'm looking at Skubal. I am really not looking at Oakland bats against him. Mitch Spence, tournaments, maybe. But yeah, I'm not really looking at the offense in this one. Maybe it'll change once we see the simulations, once we see everything else. I maybe look at that. But I'm taking Tariq Skubal, and I'm not really looking at the offenses on either side. Then we got San Francisco at San Diego. Michael King versus Mason Black. Mason Black, yep. So Mason is on the road. Splits-wise, he's not faced San Diego this year. Pitching on the road, only 2 games. One of them is a start, 11.57 ERA. So nothing much. Is coming off pretty decent game against Miami, where he was 5,500. He's now 5,800. Maybe in tournaments you throw him in there because he's so cheap. But San Diego hits righties, and he's got a 7.45 ERA. You got Michael King coming in. Last pitch Thursday, so it makes sense this would be his start. There's a couple of split, it's been a minute. We see that he didn't really do much against St. Louis. Gave up no earned runs, gave up 2 runs, but none of them earned. Only lasted 4.1 innings, had 103 pitches, had 4 walks and only 3 strikeouts. So we did get screwed over by having strikeouts because I believe we had him for 7+ strikeouts as a prop. Did not hit it, obviously. Bounce back against San Francisco. I don't mind him. He's already faced him twice this year. 11 innings pitched. He has 1 dub, 10 strikeouts in those 2 starts, averaging 18.2. I don't mind him. I would look at San Diego bats, though. So if you were to look at San Diego bats, I would look at Merrill, Machado, Cronenworth are my top 3. That's what I would look at immediately. Depending on who else comes in there, we can kind of wait to see the lineup that comes out. But those would be my 3 that I would stack in this game. But I do like Michael King and a San Diego stack. Then the final game, we've got 2 offenses that have been pretty good this year. You've got Cleveland at the Dodgers. You've got Matt Boyd versus Landon Knack. Now, Boyd's a lefty. On the road, he's got a 5.06 ERA. Only averaging 5.2 fantasy points per game on the road. Only 4 starts. Coming off back-to-back really good starts. 1 against Pittsburgh with 8 Ks. 1 against Texas. I think this, and the Dodgers have struggled. I think it's where this ends. I'm not using Matt Boyd. Landon Knack, 3 ERA. Splits-wise, he has not faced Cleveland this year. When he's pitching at home, 3 ERA. When he's pitching on the road, 3 ERA. Didn't do much at Milwaukee. Against San Francisco at home, 22.9. Not much against Philly on the road, 10.8 against Arizona. So it's been up and down for him. Probably not using either of them. Would much rather look at the bats in this one. Cleveland bats against Landon Knack, David Fry, J. Ram, Josh Naylor. Obviously, those are top 2. But then you could look at maybe a Steven Kwan, who's batting 292 on the year, has come down from the 350 or whatever it was. So he's slowed down a little bit. Bo Naylor could be a sneaky option with 11 bombs. David Fry has 13. J. Ram and Naylor, 34 and 29. So I would look at them as a stack. But then the Dodgers against Boyd, no one's hit a home run against him. But against left-handed pitching this year, you can see they hit. Whether or not it's Austin Barnes or Will Smith, I like both of them, depending. Mookie Betts, wouldn't be surprised if he has a home run in this game. Tommy Edman has been hitting lefties well this year, batting 412. Teoscar Hernandez, we love to take Teoscar against lefties. If you guys have been with us, that's one of our go-tos. Andy Pa has batting 337. And then Ohtani's only batting 264 with 9 bombs. While he's in a good spot, I don't know if I want to spend over $7,000 for him. Or let's see, have they brought his price down, or is it still at $7,000? If you want to go with the Dodger stack and you want to go against Ohtani just because he is so expensive, I am okay with that. And there you have it, everybody. That is the Friday breakdown, All the games on the main slate, all the batters, all the pitchers that we enjoy. Now it is time for everyone's favorite Pitches Be Crazy. Not necessarily going to use all of these. These are just the pitchers that have the best matchup so far. Eric Fedde versus Seattle, number 1. Number 2 is Frankie Montas versus Colorado, who strike out second most and strike out way more on the road. Davis Martin, number 3. DJ Herz, number 4. And number 5 is Dean Kramer versus Tampa Bay. That is Eric Fedde versus Seattle, Frankie Montas versus Colorado, Davis Martin at Boston, DJ Herz at Pittsburgh, and Dean Kramer at home versus Tampa Bay. And now, all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through early simulations, and this is wild, it is 1 as of right now. No, it's not. Sorry, it didn't. It's 4. It's only 4 right now. This will change and update, so I don't really know why I'm going through this, but Aaron Judge, Isak Paredes, Michael Busch, and Masataka Yoshida, the top 4 right now. So, again, not very many. It will change once everything is confirmed because we are not 100% confirmed on all of the pitchers, so we are getting that part of the season where that's where we're at, but that's what we've got. Make sure you check out all of our NFL content. Go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have cheat sheet for showdowns. We had a cheat sheet for the Thursday night showdown. We have a cheat sheet for the Friday night showdown. We'll have a cheat sheet for the Sunday night and Monday night. And on top of that, we have the main showdown, or we have main cheat sheets for Monday for the week 1. It's going out there as well. So, ton of great information. We are so close to 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Outlier.bet is Bay. We love them. They help us with paying the bills. They are a sponsor to this channel, so do not forget to give them love. The more these videos get, the more you guys talk about Outlier, the more they will sponsor us throughout the entire season. Hopefully it is month to month, but it's been awesome working with them. We love their product. You guys, I've heard from you guys, from people who've signed up that love their product as well. So that's what I've got. Good luck to everybody on this slate. Come back tomorrow. Saturdays, we really kill it. And you're not going to forget. So don't forget the keyword VIP customer, all one word, all capital letters, promo code. If you guys want to get $100 off, it's first come, first serve. Not very many coupon codes out there. So good luck today. Let's have a fantastic Friday. Let's end the week with a bang. I want to see some big winnings. Get in the Discord. Show us the big winnings. Good luck. And as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.